Hey everybody, I'm Sid Wood, owner of Riverdance Gold Mining. This is my brother Larry and my nephew Benjamin, and we want to welcome you to episode 3 of Riverdance Gold Hunter. It's going to be a good one.
This one is going to be great. We got wild mountain vistas, we got glacial fed streams, waterfalls inside of a mountain, an ancient mining tunnel. We're going down to the deep, dark heart of the Australian outback during winter of all times. We're going to be in high mountain deserts. And of course, we can't forget the wild Ammonoosuc and the mountains of Vermont for a little doodlebug rock flipping.
That's right. So last time we left off in Girdwood, Alaska with Morgan Lauren, and she was just going down the last bit of hill and it was really steep. She was having some trouble getting down there. There was a hawk that seemed like it might be a little bit dangerous, and then that steep cliff that she was navigating. So let's go back there to Girdwood, Alaska and see what Morgan Lauren is up to.
Let's go.
All right.
All of the water in Alaska is extremely high right now from both the snowmelt and then we've been having some insane rainstorms. So I'm not surprised to see this river so high, but it is also something that I need to keep in mind that at any point in time, if a dam broke or if there was rain up north that I was unaware of, that potentially could flood this. And I really don't have far to go. So I need to be listening and paying attention. And really, I should have checked the news before I came out here, but it's too late. It is what it is. So anyway, let's get the jig set up and get some gold going. Okay, I'm thinking maybe setting the jig up just right here. I feel like there's really no bad spot to put it. Yeah, I would love to be over that way more. Normally the river, the last time I was here, the river came from that point and it came out. You could walk all the way across to the point of that too. All right, so I've got my jig, pretty basic setup like we did before. I'm simply gonna hook up the pump and the hose to the back. And then I'm going to grab the battery converter, which is in here, hook it up, and ideally both set of prongs, these guys are going to go onto the same little clip and we'll be able to run both at the same time. Okay, I dug out a little spot, but the thing that I realized, I also don't have another hole cut in this, so eventually water is gonna try and flow out of that. That could be problematic. The water flowing back out of that hole is a future me problem as soon as I start this up, so I'll deal with it then if it needs to be dealt with. There's really not much I can do about it out here, so it just kind of is what it is, but yeah. So anyway, time to get the pump hooked up and get those converters hooked up, and hopefully we'll get everything running with those power tool batteries. So I have the pump in the water hooked up. I've got this nozzle attached in case the water is too fast for whatever reason. So last thing I need to do, hook these up and hook these up. to our converter, which I have right here. Okay, I think I might wait. Make sure we got the battery is blank. I think this means off. Closed circuit, open circuit. I know, electricity has always confused me. I hope this is enough. I didn't thread these back at all. This might have been something I should have done at home before I showed up. Oh, water's going! Ah! It's working. I mean, it's working. Am I gonna zap myself if I touch those though? Are they zapping themselves because they touch them? I don't know how electricity works. Okay, and I think if I go like this onto it. No, wait, I'm supposed to do black first. If I go like this onto it, if I clamp it this way so it's like tight on there, and then I go, oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's definitely not balanced. That, I keep them apart, maybe with a rock. Okay, I personally feel like this isn't enough water. I can tell that it is slightly leaning to that one side, so I'll probably shore up the other side of it, but I'm gonna turn a little more water on. Yeah, there we go. You can see the pulsation. Woo, that is cold water. Okay, so we have power, we have water, we have movement with the jig, so all is good there. Last thing we need is buckshot, and because I was hiking it out, I sized it out exactly what I needed, because this stuff is heavy. It's meant to be heavy, but I didn't want to have to pack out all the extra weight. So I highly suggest if you are hiking out somewhere, size out exactly what you need and only carry that out. So anyway, let's get it in there and then let's get to moving some material. Okay, everything is moving, it's flowing. We've got pump, we've got water, we've got our buckshot, we've got the movement. All the power works pretty easy. Only thing left, get to digging. So normally if I was down here, I'd be digging under these big boulders that are currently underwater. So it is what it is. I can't get to them. So let's go ahead and find some rocks that are exposed here. Somewhere maybe back behind these, back behind those. I want to dig somewhere where the gold might have fallen and got trapped underneath. So let's go ahead and find some gold. You know, I'm looking, the jig's right here. This doesn't look like a bad spot. It looks like somebody was already digging down here. So I'm thinking maybe if I move some of these leaves out and dig into this gravel, there might just be something in here. Yeah, that looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and run that. Woo. Chilly. I did not bring gloves. I did not bring gloves for this. Not the right gloves. you know, I've been running some material. Now's a good time to pan it, see if the hole that I'm digging in for no reason, or if we have some gold and I might as well keep digging. So let's go ahead and get this guy shut off. And I'm gonna open this up and see what is inside. Get that guy moved. Okay, I've got some black sands that made it on top. Be sure to salvage these guys. You never know where the gold is hiding. Whew, this water is chilly. It's almost as if it's coming off a glacier. Crazy. Who would have thought? Okay, I need my pan. Okay, so I'm taking got a bucket full of, not a lot of black sand in there, but there is some black sand. We're gonna get it into my pan. Okay, that looks pretty clean. There wasn't a whole lot. I didn't run for too long, maybe 5 minutes. Okay, this is what I got in about, I don't even know if it was a full 5 minutes of running. So I'm gonna go ahead and pan this down. Look at all that goodie, so that's some good black sand. We love it. Oh, this water is rushing way fast. Okay. Looking in my pan, I'm not seeing any gold immediately. Man, that light is rough. Okay. Not immediately seeing any gold. Okay, it is right, where is it with it? Right there. Do you see it? Oh, cute. One little piece of gold. So, the Riverdance jig is working. I just need to find a better hole that has some gold in it. I'm starting to feel raindrops. I'm gonna see how quickly I can get this done. It is looking a little bit, but like it might start to downpour, and if it gets any rainier, I will have to run out of here because 1, I'm in a gorge, and 2, I still have to hike all the way out of here. It is starting to rain, and it is getting freaking cold. Like my little fingers are not wanting to bend right anymore. So I think I need to make the call to just pack up and head out before it gets any colder down here and the rain really picks up, which is a bummer because I haven't got any gold yet, but I think this was a really, really good trial run, first run. I got materials, everything moves through like it was supposed to. I got everything hooked up on the batteries and that worked, which is awesome. So maybe I'll check the weather and see if I can come back out to this location within the next day or 2 and start back up where we left off. All right, it has dropped in temperature even more since I last decided, hey, I should probably pack up. So I have packed up quickly. My poor little hands are pink. I started to shiver, which is never a good thing when you're out here prospecting, especially this far out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my backpack on and hike all the way back up this mountain. It is way steeper than it looks. And I think I will catch back up when I'm to my trip. Having to climb up this with my backpack. Oh my gosh. I knew this was gonna be steep and challenging to climb out of with this on my back, but it is definitely proving to be pretty difficult, especially this portion. My back is so heavy. I'm gonna put my phone down and climb up this, but Oh my gosh, this is kicking my butt. All right, so I proved that this thing is hikeable. In the future, I'm definitely gonna get a framed backpack that I can stick everything to that holds together a little bit tighter. Inside this bag, everything was just a little bit too loose and it wore wrong on my shoulders, but that had nothing to do with the jig. The jig did great. I was able to use the power tool converter for the first time. That was awesome. One single battery powered both the pump and the jig, which is awesome because that's less weight for me to have to carry in and out. Unfortunately, I did not get any gold today, but that's part of prospecting. It is what it is. The weather just started to turn. It got so freaking cold down there. The bugs, everywhere I go, the bugs are so annoying. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a great trial run. I'm gonna try and go back down there because I think the spot that I was trying was not good, but I have gotten gold out of there before. It was lower down where the water is currently running, but I feel like there has to be something in that gravel. So I'm packing up today. I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna come back out and give it a go, maybe with a different backpack and try a different spot next time.
Great job, Morgan. Great job. She came up against some problems. She was able to work through them, had to figure out how the power, you know, how to use the power. Got her machine running good, ran some good dirt. That was just a good example of working through it. Yep. And then survived death by hawk, a terrifying cliff descent and ascent. That's, it may not look like it in the picture, but if you've ever filmed a steep hill, it's a lot steeper than it looks on paper, I'll tell you that.
That's right. And she brought up some really good things that I want to circle back to. One of those is the power tool batteries and the converter she used. We have some boxes that we put together that I want to show you guys to make it a lot easier. This is a little plastic ammo can that's waterproof. And what we did is we added the converter, the voltage regulator that changes this 20 volt power tool battery to 12 volts for these machines. We put it inside this box, and there's actually room for a couple batteries in here. This is a bigger 6 amp hour flex volt battery that doesn't fit in a smaller box. We have also this version that has 2 converters in it so that you can run your pump and your battery at the same time. The problem with this one is you have to use smaller batteries. The larger flex volt batteries, 6 and 9 amp hour batteries, are not going to fit in this box, but they fit great in that one. You can put a much bigger battery in there. Either option works very well, and we have them for all the power tool battery brands.
If you have a brand you want to use, we can get the converter. Something else too are the electrodes on either side. Right. That's where you hook up the alligator clips from your machine or your pump. You're separated that way, no worry about shorting out.
Yeah, and this is set up for one side is the pump, one side is the machine on this particular box, and on the single battery boxes, it's set up for one electrode on each side, so positive on one side, negative on the other. Very, very simple, very safe, and I think they're going to be a big hit for people who use 12 volt systems out in the field.
Sure, we sure like them, that's for sure.
So another thing she mentioned was how her pack was not rigid enough and the machine was just a little bit too loose in there. It was uncomfortable, and it was actually not positioned right on her back, and it made it difficult on those very steep inclines and declines. So what we wanted to show you is a pack board like this is really good. It has a metal frame, and then this particular one has a flap that goes up over whatever you're packing, and you can cinch down with these different straps. There's 3 straps on each side, and you can hang all kinds of gear on here. You can carry everything you need on one pack with a nice rigid adjustable backpack frame. And the frame itself is very, very light. It's only a couple pounds, and everything else, it really makes it easier to carry regardless what it is.
Sure, we also have, this is another example of more traditional pack board. It's got the landing here for you to set your machine or your tub, whatever the base of your pack is on there. And then it's got many, many hooks for bungee cord, straps, whatever. And Sid's loaded up an entire system and hiked off into the sunset with it. It's, I think it totaled out right around 50 pounds with our biggest machine.
That's right, and we haven't put these, the pack boards or the battery boxes on the website yet or in our store. But we might do that. I think it's something that people would, you guys can let us know in the comments if you'd like to see those things in the store so you can buy everything you need to haul it and to run it at the same time. Heck, we might as well do it. One other thing I wanted to mention was these machines are designed to sit on top of a bucket. This Max is designed to sit on top of a 5-gallon bucket. The Mini Max is designed to sit on top of a 2-gallon bucket. And the reason we do that is the deeper the container for your fine concentrates, the less chance the gold, once it goes down in there and sinks to the bottom, the less chance it's going to get pushed out by turbulence or by anything else. The water that's going down in there it's a stream of water, and it can be splashy, especially if there's a little bit of wind. But the deeper your container, the better retention you're going to have. We do send small containers with the machines, and that's to get you started, and they'll work very well. But the deeper the container, the better. That's why I really like using buckets, and we take buckets with us whenever we go anyway, so might as well use it for your concentrates. All right. Good job, Morgan. I think next we're going to Northern California to check out Christian.
Right. Going into the tunnels. Deep and dark. There's going to be some good stuff. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah. Have you ever been to California, Ben?
Yep.
You have?
Think about when I was 6.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well,
That's
this is
pretty accurate.
This is a part of California I've never been. In Trinity County, a lot of gold mining history there. Christian is one of the best at describing it. He knows the history and he knows the geology and he shows people. He actually takes people on gold mining adventures.
And in this video, I think he says he's there around midnight, still slaving away, 11 hours in a tunnel or something like this. Makes me feel better about, well, until the wee hours of the morning in my shop. Christian's out there slaving away too. Let's check it out.
Let's check this out. Check. Sulfides for days looking at quartz. Let's go look at what we're doing. Got a little bit of a walk still here. What do you think that is? I'll say there's a mine shaft probably buried in the edge of that. Whew. Yeah, a little more extreme. Hopefully not gonna run into a bear down here. Last time I was here, I didn't have the shovel in front of the hole, and there were fresh bear prints examining. Damn bugs, mosquitoes. It's 12 o'clock and let's go slow here. What's going on? All right, the shovel is in front of the door. Looks like it's pulled back because I had it against the still looks like fresh prints. Now I made some noise before I got here. That's my footprint on top of it. This is pulled back a little bit. I had it leaning against the wall. Let's get in here. That'll be a lot easier now. All right, we got a nice little wall here. The dam. Oh, I can drop a pump in here easy. Wow. Lots of wood. I have a lot to clean out here. You can see the vein here. Here's a chunk of ore right here, about ready to fall right out. Got possible material on top of it. The other vein connecting across from this one up here at an angle. Came across at one time, what they were following. You can see these quartz veins here and the sulfides in them tapering and pulling together. Then all of a sudden it flares out. And this big old quartz vein. Well, that's really cool when the owner of the mine says, you know, I don't remember this being like this. She said, I think it was just 30 feet. You know, we got a ways to go back here. So we are on an exploration. Now look at this, we got material here in the bed of the tracks. Now, what did they reassure right here by putting this up? What was the meaning of that? Now what this was the ore dump. A long time ago, this mine had a bucket line and the ore was sent out of the mine shaft on a bucket line going out across the river to the stamp mill. When that mine shaft closed up and collapsed, they concentrated more on this shaft over here because they needed a way to get some material to the new work site. So they created this tunnel here to move material, and it'd be dropped from straight above. Y'all want to get wet? Here we go. Oh, that's cold. One bucket is going to come from the waterfall drop itself, and the other bucket is going to come from the tracks. Let's get this out of the way so we're not tripping on it. Wood. Put it over here out of the way so the tracks are clear. There we go. You can start to see. So we're going to go back here to the drop and we're going to dig from one side of it. And then we already did a bucket here.
Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to this episode here of Riverdance Gold Hunter. We're inside a mine shaft and we are testing the floor. I'm going to turn my headlight on here and we're going to show you where I was at and I'll show you what we're about to do. I dug out 5 buckets of material from in between the tracks and off the side. This is an ore dump. They had material from above drop down to here in the carts. Sorry. And all the shovel. And then would take it out and dump it where it would be sent to the processing, the stamp mill. Well, we got the Riverdance mining jig set up in here. The duplex jig or the double. Now, I am purposely classifying, you don't have to do this with this machine, but all the tailings that come out of here, I have to keep the tailings, okay? Because the owner wants to crush everything that comes off the floor, but we're taking the sediment off the floor and we're gonna run it through the 20 minus mesh screen that's in the jig. And we're gonna see what we can catch. So let's get this back on, dump this out. I have 11 buckets. That's actually 15 buckets so far. These are the tailings for 15 buckets. There's a 60 mesh. I just received my 100 mesh I showed you where I was digging back there, further down. 10 o'clock at night, meteor showers are going on. All those buckets, 11 buckets were classified into these 3. That's 1/8 inch minus. Right about here. Right about there. Right about there. Put it away. There we go. It'll take a second to settle itself down, but we're going to start running material here. I'm just going to get a scoop in here and get it going. We have 20 minus coming out down there. Our tailings are coming out on this side. Looks like it's exchanging pretty good. I'm pretty happy the way this works. I did a 5-bucket test for the owner so she could have material to send off for an assay. And it was unbelievable. We were just digging off the floor. I can't wait to see what these 10 buckets reveal. And I'm excited to see what happens here. Time to throw some more material in. It works on water displacement, weight displacement. You have to have material to make this thing work. We got 1 bucket down. Bring this one in. Oh man. Oh, that's heavy. Get it as close as I can here. And that's my tailings. We're saving that. We're gonna check through it, crush it probably. We got gold and silver in the rock, so time to keep shoveling in. It should separate really nice and drop right there. If it's anything on top running over, that falls in a good 3/4 of an inch over, so. And all our cones are dropping in there. Get another one real quick. Waiting too long. I can dump some water off this bucket. Felt like I dropped a little rock in there. It'll fall to the bottom. All right, 45 minutes on the first one. We got 2 more buckets, so I'm gonna be at this almost till midnight. The meteor shower is gonna be going pretty good by then, so I'm looking forward to that. We're also praying for all those people over there in Russia. That 8.8 earthquake that hit today, that was pretty devastating, I hear. So I didn't feel it. I was not inside the mine at the time when it happened, but I was actually in town shopping. But time to keep out this. Okay, we got the 60 mesh screen in here now. Just double checking how the level looks, how it's running off the end. Yeah, time to, these are the 20, this is the 20 minus here. We're gonna get that 20 minus round through here, and all the tanks are being saved once again. And hopefully we're gonna have a really nice recovery on these 10 buckets here. Number 60 there. And we are running material. I'm going to let this have a minute in between each one. I am not in a hurry here at all. This Riverdance duplex mining jig, I'm telling you what, man, I've seen what it did after the first 5 buckets I ran through here. This is a 10 bucket run. I classified to 1/8 inch minus. I wound up with 3 full 5-gallon buckets, or almost full. That was a lot of material, probably 1,500 pounds of material I moved. 80, 100-pound buckets, and you got them full of no water, so you can add water to it when you're moving them. Dry, I weighed these buckets dry, the material, just to see what it would be, and it's 75 to 80 pounds of dry material, so add the water is a lot more. I just tapped it forward. I'm just going to pan this back right here and let you guys watch this, because this Riverdance mineral jig, man, that duplex mineral jig worked good. This is the double pumper. This is 20 minus. Wow. We'll do the old-fashioned swirling around. I don't like doing that. We'll just throw gold everywhere. How about that, huh? Oh yeah, Riverdance duplex mineral jig. 20 minus gold at its best. And that was our 60 minus. Do a one-hand pan back here. A Riverdance duplex mining jig. The water's getting warm in my hand too. No wonder my phone's heating up. That's some fine gold in there. Some really fine gold. Look at that in the corner there. Oh yeah. That's just super, super fine. All right, here's just my tap and reveal method. I'll get it kind of solidified, and I'll start tipping backwards,
When gold's heavy, it's gonna ride up. Tell me you're not seeing anything or what?
Not on the phone.
What do you mean not on the phone? You looking right here?
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. And this is out of the... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Your phone takes crappy pictures.
Yes, it does. We have to do this with
Okay,
your
well,
phone.
okay, you have to change the angle of your phone so you don't have the light on it. So...
I'm gonna stop.
I beat the bear to some cherries, as many as I could get off of a ladder. Nummy num num, into the tummy. Well, I was gonna come out and take a shower, but I could hear it. Apple or cherries falling, hitting the ground. So that's 35, 40 feet up in the air. There she is, hold on. How are those cherries? Huh, Blondie? She don't even care that I'm down here. She's getting the cherries I can't get. Oh, the baby's up above her, I think. I knew they'd be here. Looking for the baby. That tree is tall. There's no cherry tree that tall.
Wow.
Right? Whoa, those cherries looked amazing. And the bear, and then the bear eating the cherries, and then we're inside of a mountain. There's a waterfall inside of a mountain. He's in a mining tunnel that's been abandoned for who knows how long, recovering gold. They missed the very first time, which is what these mineral jigs will do. And then did you hear the claim owner's voice when she finally saw the gold that was poking out in that pan?
So excited.
Yeah, that was very good.
Where to next?
Down under.
G'day guys, Jason here from Prospecting in the Alpine, and today we're deep in the Stanley forest. We're going to have a bit of a look around and see what we can find down here, because usually down here this is a seasonal creek, so that means that they only flow during the winter. So we have had a little bit of rain lately, so I thought I'll come down and check it out and see if we do have any water down here, and if we do, we'll pop out the mini jig and see how we go. Alright guys, let's head down to the creek and have a look around.
So yeah, battery is still slowly charging away. We only have one bar on over there. And believe it or not, guys, this battery was fully charged before I came out today too. Gotta love batteries. They only have one job and they can't even do that. Hold bloody charge. Oh well. So while we're waiting for this battery to charge up a little bit, I'll give you a bit of a look around the area. So this is the road we've come down on. And on this side here on the right, we've just got a heap of state pine forests. It's pine forest for days through here. Absolutely everywhere. There's a road that we can go out on as well. And then you look at this side and just all bushland. Just bushland as far as the eye can see on this side. So they're quite strange. Pine forest one side, bushland the other side. And you will find lots of mines and stuff like that through the pine forests as well. So when these are cleared and they chop down the trees, you do find a lot of mine shafts, which you can't usually see. So yeah, very cool for that. I'll go check this battery and see how we go.
Alright, this is one of the bush tracks that we have to go down. They are pretty crazy, these things. Just a game trail. We just got to follow down to the creek, see if we've got any water. Ooh. Sounds like we might have a little bit. You can sort of hear a little bit of flow here, which is a good thing. Yeah, down in this area here in Stanley, there was gold found here in, I think it was 1864. So yeah, there has been plenty of working done around this area. It was mainly hydro sluiced and a lot of mine shafts around the area, so a little bit of hard rock mining as well. Oh dear, these blackberries are a nightmare. So yeah, there has been a lot of gold found around this area, so it is a good thing. Last time I came down here and checked out this area, there was actually no water. So I took 2, I think 10-litre buckets home, and we did get a couple of specks out of those buckets. So I have wanted to come back here and check it out. Righty guys, we're not far away now. The creek is just there, and I can hear a little bit of water. Yeah, there we go. Oh, bloody blackberries everywhere. Oh, in the fingers. Oh, these things hurt. So we're slowly making our way through the blackberries here. Where are we going to pop this down? Nice flat area just up there. There we go, perfect. Perfect. Ooh, what have we got over here? Ooh, another nice little deep spot. That could even be a good spot to try and get into in there. A little bit more room. Might even be able to get the jig in there. A little bit of luck. Not sure if you can see in there guys because of the glare, but that's the dirt in here. We'll go this way. It doesn't look too bad, it's pretty rocky. But then I'll show you this spot. So just up and over here. So have a look at that. Down in there doesn't look too bad at all. We do have a lot of leaf litter there that's all built up. So hopefully it acts like a little waterfall and just comes dumping down and goes sort of straight in and along there. All the way down there. That'll be awesome if we could get in there and have a look. Hey, look at that dirt. Oh. Very nice looking material. Alrighty, there's my buckets and my budget classifier there. So yeah, like I was saying before, it's just a normal 10-litre bucket just with a heap of holes drilled in it. Kind of like a burley bucket, but it does a pretty good job. So we'll get these guys down the creek. Get the shovel down there. Now I've got to try and get down there myself. So a big rookie mistake by me, I forgot to bring the actual gold pan down, dickhead. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fill up some buckets, we'll set the jig up and we'll just do test pan through the jig and see how we go today. So we'll set up those now. So there's our spot just down there. All right, we'll get down. Ugh. Battery's got a couple of bars in it now. So hopefully it'll be enough to finish off these couple of buckets. I'm going to run this battery on the jig, so we've only got a couple of bars in it and the jig doesn't take a lot of battery. So we should be good there. Alright, so we've got the water back on. Let's turn that jig on. So we should be good. There we go, we've got our water again. Alright, just got to adjust, play with this a little bit, get it level. There we go. Yes, we do. There we go, beautiful. Righty guys, let's chuck some scoops in and see how we go. Finally figured out all that water flow and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks like it's running a lot better. We'll get rid of some of that glare. So just feed it straight in like that and just watch all the light stuff run straight off the top there. And all the heavies will sink to the bottom and settle in with all that jig shot I showed you before. So yeah, very cool. And you can feed these pretty quick when you're not running cons. When you're running your cons, you want to slow down a little bit. But just feeding this raw material like this, we can feed it pretty quick. So there we go, guys. Running pretty well, doing its thing. Yep. Back of the dirt. There we go. I do have you on the chest mount, guys, so see how this goes. There we go, it's working a lot better. Have a look at that.
cooling itself out nicely now. There we go. Beautiful. It's amazing what a good water pump will do, eh? Or a good battery, I should say. If it wasn't the water pump, it was the battery. Alrighty guys, we're going to take off this chest mount because it doesn't look like it's doing a good job. There we go, give it a bit of a clean out. Get rid of some of that dirty water. So what we got left, only a tiny wee bit. Smallest little bit. Alright, there we go. All clean, good to go. Beautiful. Alright, we'll just let the jig clean itself out a little bit. Alrighty guys, I'll move his over, or you might be able to see good from there. Yeah, I'll leave his there. We'll do a stop, we'll do a bit of a clean up. So I do have my screen so I can empty the mesh. Was it going to just be big enough? Yeah, it should just be big enough. Beautiful. Alright, so take our screen out, and all I'm going to do is just straight upside down into this. Bang. Oh, that'll have a kick there. Alright, so I'm going to sit that there like that. I will unscrew this guy. And we did get a hose nozzle with it, so get him onto there. Now we can give it all a bit of a clean up. So I'm literally just going to hose through the top of the screen like that. Get all the material out. And have a look on the inside, we'll get all that out as well. There we go, one clean screen. That was very easy to do. Pop that on there. I will give my jigger hose down to get all the crap off it. I don't like to ride it hard and put it away wet. I like to give it a good clean up for next time. That way it's all ready to go. So I'll give the inside a good clean up as well. Make sure there's no dirt and crap like that around the seals. Give the inside a hose. Make sure that's all good, make sure it's draining. Where'd that cap go? Hopefully that didn't just float away and I lost it. Which I think I just did. Yay, that's always good fun. So probably not a good idea to do this down the creek, guys. Because yeah, I just lost the cap. Yay! That's going to be fun. Oh, I can see it down there, it's stuck. So I'll be able to get it out. No, well, we know where it is. It's all good. Right, cool. Turn my pump off. We can disconnect the jig. Put our clips back up in there. Gonna put my screen back on. So I don't lose anything. There you go, screen's on nice and tight. Put a bit more water through there, get the dirt out of that bottom bit. Beautiful, all done. Awesome. So there, our jig is ready to go. Oh, I have to do that, sorry. Wash all our pay dirt through, we don't want to leave that behind, do we? So yeah, I'm just hosing it down. Getting it through all the jig shot.
No, I can't see any nuggets up here. Not expecting to see any either. It's not nugget country. So there we go, that's all done. Beautiful. Move the jig out of the way for a second. Where can I pop that? Oh dear. Not down there. I'll set him in his bucket. If I can, no, I can't even get it in there. Oh, great. Oh, dear me. What can we do now? I can pop him there. He's not going to fall. No. You can come over here. So got to get that cap, which is right there. Oh, blackberries. There we go, guys. Found it. Water took it. Right, we'll screw that on. Empty this one. This is our bucket that we had underneath it. So there's all the fine dirt we've got out of that. Doesn't look like bugger or black sand in there, but we won't know until we go home. Alrighty. So I'll pop him in there. That's all our cons in there, ready to go. Right, so that we'll have to carry up. So there we go, guys. 3 buckets of dirt through the mini jig. Now just to head back off home and see how we go. See what we ended up with. So as you can see, it's all nicely packed up now. Only took all of 5 seconds to do. Got our jig shot in there, that's all cleaned up, ready to go home and put back in. That was our hole. We had a little bit of a dig in today, so that was pretty good. Alrighty guys, so now it's time to get us off the creek. So I think it's starting to get pretty dark. It's already pretty cold. Alright, let's pack up and get out of here. I'll see you back there, guys. So I've got the cons bucket out. Here, I just got to get the jig out. Lucky it's light. Very easy to get around. Dear. Grab the all important cons bucket. Can't forget that. Got the jig there. Bucket there. Alrighty, I'll swap these over to the chest mount so I can get out of here. Yeah, it's hard work getting up these hills. Oh dear. Stop for a rest. But we're almost out of here. It's not too far. Oh. Alrighty guys, so we're all packed up in Stanley now. We've run our 3 buckets through the Riverdance Mini Jig. So yeah, we'll head off home and we'll do a clean up and see what gold we got today, if we got any at all. But yeah, it will be very good to have a look around. And yeah, this is why I came down to have a look at the Stanley area. There are plenty of mine shafts in the area, so you never know. You just might get lucky. So we'll see you back at home for the cleanup. Alrighty, so there we go there. We have all the cons in the bucket there. From our plus 30 and plus 80. With from both screens today. We didn't separate it out, so there we go there. I'll chuck it in the water, give it a quick pan, and I'll show you what we get. Alrighty, we'll see what's in here. Not really expecting anything to be in this. Like I said before, the gold in our area isn't that big. So if we're getting any gold that's plus 30, we're doing pretty well. Let's get these light rocks off and then we'll have a look. Alright, that'll be enough to have a bit of a squeeze. Alright, let's get it out in the light. Have a look, see what we've got. But yeah, I'm not expecting anything to be in this. Oh, there you go. Have 1, 2, about 4 or 5 specks. There you go, they didn't go through the screens, so that's not too bad. So we'll have to have a look in the other lot and see what we get in that. Alrighty guys, there's the con bucket there. Look, I couldn't help myself. I had to put it into a pan here just to do a quick look and have a bit of a reveal. And have a look at that, guys. There you go. I can count at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count at least 50 specks in there. There you go, can you see them? So that there's just from the 3 buckets we did through the jig today. So that's actually pretty good for 3 buckets and an untested area for me, really. I only know about little bits and pieces. Oh, we got a bit over here too. Where is he? If I can find it on the camera. Right there. Tiny bit, see it? There you go. So they're the kind of minute specks that I'm dealing with in our area. So look, that is really good. I'm bloody stoked with that. I'm over the moon. So I can't wait to do this clean out when I get a bit of better light. Woohoo! Well, there you go, guys. There's the results from the mini jig test we did the other day down in Stanley. This is the results of the 3 buckets I ran through the jig. And there we go there. Look how super fine that is. It's very fine. Some of it you can barely see. So yeah, the mini jig does a very, very good job at catching the ultra fine flower gold and the little bits of flood gold there. So woohoo! Have to love that. Happy days!
Well, that was really good.
Right, and he survived the cold Australian winter,
frigid.
deep down in the dark. I'll tell you what, I really love the fact that he was using C-clamps. That's just one of the things everybody should feel free to do. Find something that works for you. Easier on the cold fingers, especially when you're in a cold creek. Yep. And then I'm just glad to see that they had an appropriate size shovel this time.
True.
You know, a mini and a mini scoop. I love it.
Yeah. And he pointed out how well it did capturing fine gold. That's something that these machines excel at.
Right.
Pretty much anything can capture the big gold. That's the easy stuff, right? Big gold, when it gets into these machines, it literally can't get out. But what this does is it captures 95% or better, usually in the 99% range of that super fine flower gold. And that is better than, I would say, anything, but I'm a little biased. I did, design these machines.
Right, and if you want to catch everything, if you're selling something by weight.
That's true.
Don't leave any of it on the beach, folks.
That's true. I will tell you that when we went to Nome, and we have a Riverdance Brothers, some episodes out on that, more to come, by the way. Half of the gold we got was minus 100.
Yeah, very, very fine. And the machine we took up there is actually a prototype that we will be letting out later. It's the same thing as the machines that we got here. This one just has a higher capacity, and man, did it perform. Oh my goodness. I was amazed. I was very, very happy with the way that thing worked.
That's right. So next we're going to New Hampshire, a little place I like to call the Wild Ammonoosuc River.
Getting ready to head to the river with the Riverdance jig, and I'm going to show you guys where we'll be digging. We've got a map on Google Earth behind us, so I'll show you the X marks the spot. So I'll zoom you in here, and this is the Wild Ammonoosuc River. It says the Ammonoosuc, but it's the Wild Ammonoosuc River, and X marks the spot where we're going to be digging, and you see the coordinates there. Now if you look past Chris, up the river here, there's that big rock right there. So our dredge, you see that little blue dredge? That's where we're digging. Now going back to the map here, so you see where that is on the map. I'll zoom in and you'll see that big rock. That's one of our dredge holes over here. So you see that big rock right there on Google Earth? So you guys want to see where we're digging? Once again, that's the same as that big rock way up there. guys, so this is where we're going to be digging some gold here. You see us set up down here with the 4-inch dredge. And so we're going to be working our way to that big old rock, diving down. And we'll use the doodlebug to pull some boulders out. And then we'll use the Riverdance jig that we have here. We'll take this off and we'll bring this down by the river and we'll show you guys how this refines some gold. So let's come on down. This is the, I'll show you the river. This is the wild Ammonoosuc River. We're about 30 minutes from Mount Washington. So you can see behind me, we have our dredge hole that we're starting this season. We've only done it a couple days just to get down to the clay. And then we're going to drive the rocks away from a channel and go straight to that big old boulder there. So yeah, we kind of got our dredge pulled up to the side there right now just because it's we expected some storms and the water raises up, and we have it tied off there with a rope. So we leave it right in the river, and hopefully it doesn't float away with it tied off. So let's get into it. We're going to fire up the dredge and start digging for some gold. On the other side of the dredge, like Kristina recommended, it pulls the front end out. Dad, you want to hand me that pipe with the ice grip? That 4-foot pipe?
It's right there on the tarp. Yep.
Modified exhaust so that we keep the sound down a little bit. So that's how fast we're going to find gold right there. See how fast that was? There's no other dredge but this New Hampshire dredge. That dredge is this fast. So we're going to pull this rock right here that you see. Catch that block coming up here. Run to our doodlebug 1936 Chevrolet. We'll make our way up here. Alright, so it's attached to this big old winch. And see Chris way down there, getting ready to pull that rock. Now that rock, I'll show you that we're going to be pulling. It has, I believe, some gems, and it has a nice quartz vein running through it. Let's see if we can pull it up. So I'm going to engage the winch right here. So I'm going to release the brake. That's what that is. And you see the winch is starting. Hold on, let me zoom in here for you. All right. Okay, we need to reset it. Go ahead and reset it. Chris is going to reset it. Rehook the rock there. I'm just keeping tension on this line. Alright, I'm going to let the tension out there. So she's just going to grab that rock. You see the vein, the quartz vein running through it right there. There's a couple of them. Okay, here we go. We're engaging again. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. You can hear that winch whine in the background. That rock's probably close to 1,000 pounds. It looks like it might slip off. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to reset it. Go ahead, slide it back down. Hey, I'm going to take you down. I'm going to probably let's pull this one more time. Okay, I'm going to go down here and we'll take a look. So we probably have to reset, that's what Chris is motioning to, reset that that little jig that we have. Yeah, it should come up this way now. Alright, yep, so we have this block here that we have. I'll take a look at it. And I'll hand Chris the phone and she can video the rest of us pulling this out. But let's take a look at this rock. You can see this quartz vein running through it. And you see it has all these crystalline formations throughout it. The vein continues up through. It looks like a glacial rock, so we're gonna pull it out and split it open. Do you want a shovel? Where do you want? There. Alright, we can pry this open a little bit. That's strap underneath there. Lock there.
It should be okay because you're going to pull it that way.
Yeah. We'll try it. Pull that whole rock. Hold that rock. Hold strap to pull this rock out of the water, but now we don't need that angle. Now I'm going to put it back normal.
gonna trying.
Hey guys, thanks for joining Chris and myself. We are coming to you from the White Mountains of New Hampshire, specifically Bath, New Hampshire, where we're mining for some gold, and we figured that we'd take this time to introduce ourselves to get you to know a little more about us. So we'll answer some questions. So, some of the questions that came through is, what got us into gold prospecting? Well, I'll start off. We live about 30 minutes from here in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, and about 25 years ago, we took an interest in treasure hunting, just like a lot of individuals that are joining us today. And so we started doing some research on older articles on geological formations in our area, and we came across some articles from the 1800s from Dr. Dartmouth and Hitchcock. You might be familiar with the hospital, but they were also geologists, and they came exploring in northern New Hampshire. So we were reading their articles, and that led us to the area that you see here. But I'll let Chris take it from how we were able to come across this land that we're at, that we mine for gold, and how long we've been doing it.
So probably about 25 years ago, we were talking to our realtor and really explained to her that we were looking for some property along the wild Ammonoosuc River, that we were gold miners, and we were just really looking for our own piece of property, and if she ever came across anything, to just let us know. Probably a couple months later in December, she gave us a call. She said she had a friend that was selling her property, and we asked why she was selling it, if it was on the wild Ammonoosuc, and she said that there was too many people going on the property to mine for gold, and she didn't want anyone getting hurt on her property. But so we acquired the property, and we've been here ever since.
Yep. Yeah, so that's why it kind of looks like home. We spend most of the summer here, and as you see behind me, we have our doodlebug, 1936 doodlebug, and we use that to pull some boulders and to shore up the banks. But on the front of it, you can see that we have a Riverdance jig, and this is our first year that we've had the experience of using the jig on our claim, our mine here. And So we had great success. You'll see some of the video with it, and we still look forward to getting to use it in the near future. So that's our first thoughts on the Mini Jig. Very easy to set up, nice to use, especially if you don't have a lot of water. You know, it's good for a nice, great fine gold recovery, and we'll get into that, you know, more. But that's our first initial thoughts.
I think the greatest thing was it was small and light, so it wasn't like most of the equipment that's heavy. This was light and easy, very portable.
Talk about a rock flipping adventure. To quote my best buddy Christian, that was a rock flipping adventure.
Heck yeah, doodlebug.
Right, what a great rig. I like it. It's got a short wheelbase, turning in and out of the trees. It's got the big powerful winch on the back for flipping rocks. That's why they call it the Wild Ammonoosuc, folks. Things get crazy out there.
Yeah, and that's such beautiful country. I love it.
Where to next?
Northern, the desert. Southern,
the desert, high mountain deserts, Northern California, Arizona, somewhere where it's hot.
We're gonna go check out Christa, wherever she is this time, doing her mining in the desert. This is gonna be fun.
Yep, let's go.
I'm here on the River Creek, the Tulameen, I think one of the forks of the Tulameen, on our gold claim. I'm sitting on my Jackery solar panel. I'm trying to wobble my behind up a little bit more because I need to refresh and get ready for the day. Oh no, I brought my clothes with me. Something that I could wear. And then I do need to, I need to shave. I'm not putting anything in the creek that I shouldn't be. I do need my chapstick. And what else? That is it. Sometimes this is what my new nature beauty salon looks like. Right here. This is my entire dressing room. I absolutely love my dressing room. Complete privacy. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go for a swim, get ready, and then I'm gonna pipe myself up and I'm gonna be ready to mine. This is the hardships of having to live outdoors. I'm so embarrassed. I came so unprepared. I didn't even shave my legs for like a whole couple weeks because I was so busy and I wasn't even wearing shorts. And now I have to shave my legs in the middle of nowhere. And we have guests with us and I'm trying to hide so nobody sees me. I had the most beautiful dressing room. It is just absolutely amazing. I just want to stay here. I wonder what Chris would do if I just decided to stay here, because I'm like, hey, Chris. Okay, this would be my pitch to Chris. Hey, Chris, come back for me in a week because I just learned how to shave my legs in the river. So now that means I'm prepared to like off-grid camp. Yeah, because I'm getting super hardcore with this off-grid camping stuff. Like super good at it. Yep. But not so good to be in the military. Please don't draft me. Okay. I'm just gonna go a little bit closer here. Can't really see the whole picture, but I know that I do have footage from my meta classes. I'm not really sure kind of what's going on with my phone or why it's not recording, but hopefully we got that all on the meta glasses. Yesterday, we were digging in a very, very private area, getting all of our classifications done, the material and everything. So now we just have to run the rest of this material. We already did find gold, and that was the most exciting thing ever because we don't always find gold on every dig. After all of the classifying, I do still have half of a tub to still classify. We've already gone through, I'd say, about 2 tubs. Yeah, we've gone through about two buckets, but this is a gold rich mine, and they have like, hey, Meta, start recording. And here we go again. I have to hold my phone this time because it keeps stopping the record. I had like hours and hours and hours and days on end of footage, but I don't know if my phone's out of storage again or kind of what's going on. This is, hopefully my Meta glasses did pick it up. I'm gonna repeat myself a few times. I'm super excited that we got the kinks worked out over here. The hose was clogged, the filter was clogged. Anything that could go wrong definitely went wrong. If there was anything that could go wrong, I'd say for the past week and a half, I haven't really been able to recover any gold because it just kept getting clogged up. But I realized what the ordeal was. It was the filter getting so clogged up, it was going up into the hose, then we would like, and then blow out of the hose, and then the water came out of the hose, and then we had to bang the filter, like not so hard, but just to get it going again. And that all happened. We probably missed recording all of the guys here, all of the action, the tractors, the excavators behind me, the rock crushing. I'm so sad, I almost want to cry that I didn't get all of that footage. It would have made for excellent, but that's okay. I mean, these guys were just working here because that's what they do every single day is work, 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 mining. I'm gonna flip it back around. Okay. And I really don't think that putting it in dry still is going to capture all of the gold. I still think that I should have got it wet and then did it, but I don't know. We're gonna try it both ways. We could try it with dry dirt. This is the dry dirt that we were classifying over there in the dirt. We do know that it does work well, very well, on the river. It was doing a fantastic job on the river. We're just trying to see what the recovery rate is, if we can classify and then put it on with dry dirt as if we were digging anywhere that doesn't have water. Because the thing is if I load this up and make this into mush and add the water to my dry dirt, sure I could do that, but we're trying to use this as a recirculating system to take anywhere that we go, not only just the river, but to the desert, to all terrain. It does look like we're about done here. I'm going to finish scooping out the rest of this bucket, and then after that, I'm just going to go ahead and take this off and then pan it out and then see what we got. This is the flow of everything we got going on. And I really, really want to show the dirt that's coming out of this thing. And this is the rate that I'm putting on the dry dirt, right there like that. That's how it's shooting out. Okay, so here we go. This is what we got out here. That was on a half-gallon bucket that came out of this hole right here where we started digging. We pulled out that huge rock. We classified it down. Yeah. So we finally got enough gold here that we did the clean out. We passed up a lot of footage on the clean out because it did take us so long to do. But after we were able to get it cleaned out, hang on, let me just get it back down.
Put your finger next to it so it's just the size. Not bad.
That's pretty good. So it definitely recovered everything that we dug up over there in the hole. It was a lot of hard work. We've been here for days doing this. The hardest part that we have currently gone through was the recirculating system. It worked like magic down at the river. We just need to fix our pump a little bit for the recirculating system. And then we did find out it only takes like 8 gallons of water, maybe 10 tops for the recirculating system. We ran into some debris, organic, so we did stop rolling the camera for a little bit just because we were kind of stuck, and then we put our brains together and figured out another way, and this is what we were able to come up with. We had been digging for about an entire week straight, doing all of the testing here with the River Jig, also working through any problems that we had, but again, the only problems were testing out the different terrains, which were different levels here in the forest, in the mountains, down from the river all the way to the top of the hill, doing our testing. So that's about it. I'm super excited. It 100% works. Yeah.
Do you want to take them and show them the hole?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I have that one already, of the hole that we all dug together. And then we classified. There's the hole we were digging. Right there. Yay!
Well, I'm proud of Christa.
Yeah, way to go, Christa. She overcame it. She got down in that hole. She moved the big rock. She had plugging issues with her pump. She shaved her legs, and she still found gold. That's getting it done. That's going all the way. Way to go.
Good job, Christa. Hey, I wanted to take just a minute to mention something pretty important.
We want to say a big thank you to Chad McClaskey for the time that he was able to put into the show, for taking us out on a Ruby adventure that was successful, and for putting in the time and the footage he was able to do. Unfortunately, life got busy, so he won't be with us for the rest of the season.
But you can still watch his content on @Deepwood Prospecting. He's got his own channel. It's really cool. You guys are going to love it. Go on over there, follow, like, subscribe. The links are in our description below. So check it out. He's a great guy. We hope someday we can meet back up with him and, go mining together.
Yeah, hit the backwoods.
All right, that's it for episode 3.
Episode 3 is in the books. Looking forward to episode 4.
We'll see you on the next Riverdance Gold Hunter.
All right, let's see how that looks.
Do a quick mic test and just...
maybe you say something to me.
So you start, say something.
Okay. I would like to take this opportunity to say that these mini jigs were my idea from the very start.
Not true. Okay. All right, I noticed this medium. I didn't have a better shirt. My other shirts are all
got
dirty, whatever. Yeah,
I got peanut butter jelly sandwiches with them on.
Something like that. Yeah.
I got that white one. I had a bloody nose that one time, so it's got blood on it.
Yeah. All right.
Actually,
well, we're recording. Yeah.
For official, I was in a fight with a polar bear. Hey, winged me.
All right. Is everybody ready? 1, 2.
No, it's got to go backwards if we're going to be official.
3, 2.
You go 5, 4.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
We're gonna have like an hour of outtakes before we even start.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3.
Okay.
Hey everybody. Okay.
Sorry. When you do that voice, I gotta like, who the hell's that? Yeah. Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Riverdance Gold Hunter. This is gonna be a good one.
We're excited. We got high mountain vistas, we got glacial streams, indoor showers, indoor waterfalls. Let's just try that again. Okay.
It's not that kind of show, Larry.
Yeah. We got a shower room in the back.
They have indoor plumbing and lots
I've
of
never
places.
been to a place like that. Yeah, never been.
Indoor showers? Who've heard of such a thing?
What? Mostly it's me, but you'll enjoy the show, okay? Okay, all right.
You know what? I'm gonna hit stop and start again so we don't have 15 minutes to weed through to watch out.
Where to next?
Down. Okay, I'm looking at you. Listen, he's gonna say that, which
I'm
triggers
gonna go
me
like
to
this
go.
when you look over, I'm
yes,
gonna make
he'll
eye
say where
contact.
to, and then I'm gonna go. Look, yeah. Sorry.
He turned his head.
I don't know why you can't just do it as good as I can. I get wow, perfect every time.
You nailed it. Hey, you nailed it.
Okay. Wow!
Right. Did you see those cherries? And bears and cherries.
There's a little too much there.
Okay, take 12. Well, I'll tell you what, to quote my best buddy Christian, that was a rock flipping adventure.
Yeah, doodlebug.
Right? What a great rig. That's a perfect running rig. Short wheelbase, a huge, it's got some really nice, okay. Okay, all right. Okay, suck it up, you guys. Suck it up. You are harshing on my mellow. I can't work.
Yeah, just wanted to take a minute and say
A big thank you to Chad McClaskey for putting in the time and the footage that he was able to. He showed us how to catch rubies with our machine.
I started talking. I didn't stop when he said.
I just stepped over you. We wanted to establish dominance. Okay, yeah.
No,
okay.
I mean, so
I'm
gonna say, well, that's the end of episode 3.
Episode 3 is in the books. Looking forward to episode 4. So you guys come on back. Stupid. So looking forward. Okay, so episode 3 is in the books.
You guys come on back because you're stupid.
Okay, episode 3 is in the books. Can't wait for episode 4.
We'll see you.
Okay.
Maybe you say. Maybe I'll say that, and then you guys start scooting. You say. That. Watch for episode 4.
Can't wait for episode 4.
And then we'll see you on the next Riverdance.
We'll do that. We'll start scooting when I get done talking.
When I say in the next Riverdance Gold Hunter.
Okay.
And then you guys scoot real quick and we'll.
Yeah. Okay. Where's Jingle?
Yeah.